Hey, what's up everybody? It's Coach Tim with WarriorFit Athlete here with another ad hoc entry for some important street defense tips. So I just got done with my workout and I'm wearing my my Reston Group t-shirt. Jared Reston is a friend of mine that I met at SWAT conference. We actually used Jared Reston's story when he was a police officer in Florida, still is. Because he survived a violent encounter, and we utilize that in our spear system training, our Be Your Own Bodyguard training, and he's got a great story. So if you haven't heard Jared Reston's story, I encourage you to go seek it out and find it. But the fact that I'm wearing my shirt made me think about these 3 tips. First of all, trust your gut instinct. Like, you are a human weapon system. We use that hashtag in the spear system training. It's hashtag human weapon system. You have some survival instincts ingrained in your DNA, right? And so we've kind of been socialized to ignore those. We don't want to be rude, don't want to draw attention, we don't want to be wrong, hurt somebody's feelings, be PC. You know what? If you trust your gut, if you trust that spidey sense, that tingling, the hair raising on the back of your neck, and you do something to be safe sooner, then you're safer. And if you're wrong, so what? You're still safer. Who cares, right? So think about the DNA, the ingrained survival system in your body, and use it to your advantage. Don't ignore that. It's there for a reason, and you come from a lineage of survivors because you're here. The people who didn't trust their instinct sometimes don't make it, right? So capitalize on that. Trust your human weapon system and trust your gut. Do something about it sooner to hashtag choose safety sooner, right? Number 2, the adrenaline dump. Like, fear instigates an adrenaline dump. I don't care who you are. I don't care if you're a professional MMA fighter. Watch them pre-fight and watch the tension before the fight. And these are trained professional fighters, right? So imagine just an everyday civilian. If trained professionals, whether it be in military, law enforcement, MMA fighters, whatever, get an adrenaline dump, then I know that the everyday Joe and civilian does. The thing you have to do is, once again, spear system hashtag no fear. You have to acknowledge the fear, the adrenaline dump is going to happen, and then do something about it, all right? Let that fear fuel you. Let it move you sooner. Accept that, right? And then do something about it. You have to understand the psychology in fear and violence to be able to utilize that to be safer. So understand it, acknowledge it, utilize it to fuel what you're going to do. And lastly, have a simple plan. Look, I pray that everyone will come to know the love and peace of Jesus Christ, be able to share that with everyone. But let's not be so naive to think there's not evil in the world and that random violence can and most likely will happen most anywhere. So regardless of whether you are a paid professional moving toward the fight or you're a civilian, out and about or at home, or if you are at school or at work, at church, violence can and will happen. Don't be naive enough to think that it can't and won't. So have a simple plan and think about it sooner than later, right? So a simple plan right off the bat would be just the run, hide, fight plan, right? And remember, you have to be physically adapted to be able to run, hide, and fight, to barricade yourself even, or run away or fight when push comes to shove. But have a simple plan. And remember, the scenario and the environment changes that. So if I'm at work and I'm getting paid as a professional to move toward violence, the scenario is completely different if I am out in public with my family. That changes the scenario dramatically, and it changes my plan. But I'm also always thinking about those different scenarios on those different plans. I'm not to the point that I'm paranoid, but at least I've thought about it beforehand, right? So I encourage you to have a simple plan. If that plan is run, hide, and fight, that's a good place to start. We're going to get much more in depth as I make more entries into these videos. But next we'll probably talk about the 3Ds that we teach in the spear system training, and then we're going to get really into some of the psychology and fear and violence and move forward with some of those. So please like it, share it, and subscribe, and I'll be back with some more tips